Hey there, Sidney here, and welcome to Custom Cards number 4. Today, I get to endless criticize the amazing cards made by the community. And let's begin with Samhain's Psych Meds. 2 costs, 1 attack, return, give you anatomy cards that have been played, plus 2 power for the next 2 turns. Overall, 4-star design, 3-star balance. Design, this is very cool. You have to cycle it correctly. It only starts to do something after the middle of the game. But even then, the balance is a bit off. This can give you a 2 cost, 13 power card. So this one loses a bit from being just a tad too strong. If this was maybe 1 power for 2 turns still, I think that would be better. But the way that it works right now, you can just cycle it correctly and you're gonna have a bonkers, awesome, really powerful card. Keeping up with it, we have Saffron's Tetris. This one, I really like the idea of the flavor. Clearing blocks. 5 cost, 4 attack. If played to the right of 2 other cards, lose all shield and restore that much HP. The idea is simple. You are just playing a Tetris, you are finishing up a line, and you are getting to break something out of it. And that's a very, very flavorful idea. I like the way that Saffron integrated the theme for the competition on this card. Design-wise, I think that the way that the text is worded strictly for flavor, which is fine, but I'm taking 1 star off just for the way that it works in-game because of the flavorful wording. And balance-wise, I think that this is just a bit too weak. There aren't many times that you are actively looking to transform shield into HP. At least for now, but maybe when Tetris comes out, this is gonna see a lot more play. Supernova brings us Pac-Man. 0/0, play, Pac-Man copies the attack and reduces the attack of the opposite card to 0. The next turn, you lose the energy of the card opposite of Pac-Man. Design 4 stars, balance 3 stars. Honestly, this could be a little lower on balance still. This is just the most powerful card in the game. uh, Design-wise, I really like the idea of you gaining some attack right now, but losing a lot of energy next turn. But the way that this works right now, it's just way too good. Honestly, I think that I might just color in wrong. This should be a 2-star balance or 1-star balance even. It's whenever you pay for an effect later, you should pay more. And the way that this works right now, you are doubling up on power because you're stealing power from an enemy, and you also are getting it now and paying for it later. This would see play in every deck in the game. It's just way too powerful. But the idea of gaining attack right now and paying for it later is very, very cool. So thank you for the submission, Supernova. Really like it. From Hunter, my favorite Brainiac. 6 costs, 0 attack, Jimbo. Play, for every turn you have held Jimbo in hand, gain +4 attack this turn. Design-wise, 4 stars, balance 3 stars. Whenever I look at this, I think about Q-Hauling, which admittedly is a very weak card, but this is 4 times what Q-Hauling does. Q-Hauling gives you +1 attack every turn. This gives you 4 attack every turn. So if you draw Jimbo early, he is gonna be massive. By turn 3, he's already a 6/12, so that should tell you how good this is. Design-wise, it's cool. I think that it should just be a start of turn effect. The idea of it being play is interesting, but you lose the ability to track that if it's not a trackable thing, like with start of turn. But honestly, very flavorful card, Balatro. From Storm Dragos, we have 5 cost, 2 attack. Honestly, I just saw that the symbol was messed up for the cost, but that gave me an idea. Imagine if cards could cost shield instead. That would be awesome. 5 cost, 2 attack, Spiny Shell. If you have less HP than your opponent, force an attack and destroy all opponent shields. Storm Drago, just send me a trade immediately, get the legendary. You made a really, really cool card. The condition of having less HP than your opponent doesn't really matter for the card. It could just go either way. But forcing an attack and destroying your opponent's shields is really, really cool. I am a big fan of this, having counters to shields. And right now, this is just a to attack, like maybe 7 power that you get from destroying the shields on average. So really awesome card. I hope that we start to get more and more shield removal. Cards like Centaur need to have this kind of effect. I am a big fan of them. So moving right up, have Snoging's triple card. So Snoging made something very unique. We know that Avid has thought about making cards with multiple triggers, and Snoging made the visual effects of them right now. So we have a triple card, Big Bad Wolf, draw. If your deck contains the moon, this card gains +2 attack until played. Play, if your opponent's played Red Riding Hood this turn, this card loses -5 attack. Red Riding Hood, draw, if your opponent's deck contains Big Bad Wolf, this card gains +5 attack this turn. If played next to Grandma, gain +3 shield. And Grandma, if played next to Red Riding Hood, give it +2 attack this turn. So overall, as a set, 4-star design, 4-star balance. I really like the idea of making multiple triggers on a card. I think that we are ready to see that maybe soon. But I have a couple of problems, maybe with the fact that you need to rely on your opponent's deck. Red Riding Hood doesn't give you anything really, besides just being a very well static card and having a minor effect of Grandma. But if your opponent has Big Bad Wolf and you should not rely on that, it becomes a 3/9. That's just very, very powerful. So overall, the 3 cards are cool. The Wolf version that I got here is a tad weak. I know that Snoging maybe wanted to change that, but that's the version that I have right now. I think that they are all quite weak, while Red Riding Hood is just way too strong. So overall, 4-star balance, 4-star design. I really hope that Avid takes inspiration for the double triggers. From Baseball, we have 2/2 Daisy Survivor. On draw, this is meant to be on draw, I checked. Gains +1 attack for each food and drinks card in your deck, and costs +1 energy for each human card in your opponent's deck. So 4-star design, 3-star balance. Design-wise, this has the same issue as the Red Riding Hood cards, and balance-wise, this is just way too powerful. So right now, this could be easily a 2/13, which is just the same stat line as the card made by Samhain, Chaos Master. This is just way too strong. Most often, your opponent's not going to have that many humans, so this just costs basically nothing. So, really, really powerful. And design-wise, again, relying on your opponent's deck is no bueno. I'm not a big fan of an effect that could be countered, could not be countered, depending, because of your opponent's deck. So, from Miscellaneum, we have Netherite. Return, if you play 2 cards this turn and this card is played next to gold, your cards played gain +1 attack and cost -1 energy permanently. And all cards remaining in both players' hands burn -1 until played. Uranium, this is a tad weak. Design-wise, I like combos like these, and the fact that the combo is forcing you to only play 2 cards with it is really cool. But this is just not really worth running. Right now, if you look at the way that this is like written, it's just a 5/4 that burns your opponent's card in hand, and you are going to be the one affected most. And it also reduces gold by a bit, but if gold copies Netherite's ability, you just lost gold's effect, because gold cannot be played next to gold, so it doesn't do anything. So overall, 4-star design, 3-star balance. I think that this could be way, way stronger. Following up, we have BNG's Dovahkiin. Who's wrote that? I was going to actually yell this, but my voice is really hurting right now, so I'm not gonna. BNG made a 10 cost, 4 attack. Play effect, the card opposite to this becomes 0 attack. So overall, 5-star design, 4-star balance. I think that this one, as much as it looks really, really powerful, might just be a tad weak. I think that this could cost 9. Think about it, how often you're going to be playing this against a card that has 9 attack, for example. Because at 9 attack, it becomes a 13 power card. And that's when it becomes slightly more playable, because very often this is going to be hitting a 3 power, 4 power card, and at that point you're just losing on the trade. This is taking your whole turn's energy and not giving you that much in return. So the design, really, really awesome. Setting a card to 0 is really cool, but balance-wise, it suffers a bit from just being a tad weak. Following up, we have Chase Fox, Nuka-Cola. Nuka-Cola, start of turn, your Curious Cuisine cards gain +1 attack until played. 4-star design, 4-star balance. I try to evaluate this thinking about the idea that Curious Cuisine is a collection that doesn't exist and might exist in the future. But I also just thought about the idea of it being foods and drinks instead. And when I evaluated both, this is just a tad too strong. I checked with, I think I checked with Chaser Fox, and the idea is for it to buff cards in hand, not your whole deck. If this buffs the whole deck, it's very, very good and deserves a star off in balance. But I'm basing it off on the idea that it's basically just buffing your hand every turn, and that's still very, very strong. I think that this would just be a play effect. My play effect is just basically a level up. Just fine. It's a really cool effect. I like that. Following up, we have Kinetico, the guy of the straws and the bad cards. But this time, he's made the Visitor. Draw. Your deck contains 1 occult, 1 creature, 1 masterpiece, and 1 artifact. Heal for 7 and gain 7 shield. Design 5 stars, balance 4 stars. This sometimes is just way too strong and sometimes it's way too weak. The fact that it's on draw means that a lot of times this might just be drawn at the wrong moment and nothing's gonna happen. If you draw this turn 1, you probably don't have a force attack in hand, so this is just an 8/7 that did nothing, and now you have to cycle it back. But sometimes you draw this on turn 3 and your opponent has already attacked you and you have a force attack on hand, and this is just an 8/21. That consistency gets thrown off by the fact that you have to add so many different cards, but I'm sure that you can manage to have like an occult artifact and every masterpiece is an artifact at the moment, so this is just basically 2 cards. You can find a creature in occult, I think. So overall, really cool card, really cool design. From Heaven Smiles, we have the Murloc. 8/2. Return, if played next to an aquatic card, if you gain attack through an ability, it loses that much attack and gives a random aquatic card in your hand that much attack until played. So this is a bit of a complicated card. Let me try to explain it. If you played next to a card that is buffed, it loses the buffs and a card in your hand gets to keep it. So if you have, for example, Ninja, and you have a card that got buffed by Ninja and is an aquatic card, this is removing the Ninja buff from the aquatic card that you just played, and it's giving it to a card in your hand. So it gets you to double up on a buff. Overall, really interesting design. Just have a couple of issues with the fact that it's a bit too long and a bit too hard to understand for new players, which right now is an important effect for the game. The game should be welcoming and have simple cards. But for the future, that's all out the window. Balance wise, I'm just not too sure how often this is gonna work. We don't have many aquatic cards right now that care about getting buffed. So this is most often just getting to relieve a simple buff. The cool thing about this, and the reason why I think this might just be way too powerful sometimes, Zeus. Because this isn't giving the buff, like the actual buff from the cards, just giving the attack until played. This lets you double up on a Zeus effect and keep it. So that's a bit too powerful. Next up, we have PDMR's Compsylvanator. 3 cost, 0 attack. Play if both players play 3 cards this turn. This card gains +6 attack this turn. Repeat if this is played next to Compsognathos or Dracovanador. 4-star design, 3-star balance. Design-wise, this is interesting, but not too sure how often I want ragdoll effects in this game. So effects that reward you for just playing normally and your opponent for playing normally. But this is fine. Just the balance is very, very off. So if this is played next to the cards and the effect happens, is it 312? But most often, and with a very simple condition, this is a 3-6, which is already Hades. And as we've learned, Hades deserves a nerf. So a bit too powerful for my liking, but really, really cool card. I think that playing 3 cards, at least for you, having played 3 cards, is a cool idea. Maybe on a more expensive card as well. From Random Switch Gamer, we have the Blue Shell. 7 cost, 5 attack. Return if your opponent has more hero attack than you. Randomly rearrange the order of their deck. Wow, this is awesome. So how often this is gonna matter? Not that often, but realistically, this can just break some decks, and wow, that's just. I hope that Avid starts to do that. Overall, just no notes. Perfect. The 7-5, so you're paying like 3 stats to be able to have this to work. But the effect that this can have on the game is just massive. Imagine if your opponent's playing a combo-based deck, like for example, the 2 cats that want to be played together, or the Roman cards like Clypeus, Gladius, the other one. If this happens, your opponent's deck can just be completely messed up for the rest of the game. If they have like a hold card and maybe Ninja, they're gonna have to cycle Ninja. And that's just so cool. I really hope that Avid starts to add these kinds of effects to the game. Now, to close it out, we have the Lunar Capybara's Snom. One of my favorite Pokemons as well. Just loses out to the Reuniclus family. Duosion, Solosis. Really awesome Pokemon. 5-1. Sorry. 5-1, draw. This card and a random card in your opponent's hand are frozen this turn, and all your frozen bugs cards in hand gain +3 attack permanently. So 5-star design, 4-star balance. I love the idea of a stealth freezer that also hits something from your opponent. We might be reaching freezes like load. There might be too much freeze in the game in the future, but right now this is fine. This is cool. Freeze on draw can work if it's symmetrical like this, and I love that Luna Capybara brought this to the table. Balance wise, the permanent attack is just a bit too high for me. I'm not sure how often you're going to be able to get this, but if bugs can be played this way, and Snom is buffing them, if this hits 2 cards, it's already a 5-7 with an effect. It's a delayed 5-7, but just very, very powerful. I love the idea though, and honestly, Snom, sorry. Honestly, Luna Capybara, I'm sleepy. It's already way past my bedtime. Gnome is very, very cool design, and it hits a lot of the notes that I like about symmetrical effects and just overall great, great stuff. And that's it for custom cards this week. I did get a card from Ringskats, but I didn't have time to add it to the video. But you're gonna be seeing it next week because next week is a free team. You can make anything that you want. If you want to make a hero, just type the hero effect. I'll figure out a way to work it out if it's a hero or not. Just let me know it's the hero. But awesome cards for everyone. I'm starting to be more aggressive with my rating. I'm getting second opinions from people. I'm checking all of them, double checking. And I want you guys to really like have fun with this. But also, I see that you guys are improving and making even better cards every week. So have fun and keep improving your cards. I have been making the ratings a bit harsher because I know that you guys can do awesome stuff. Look at the cards that we got this week. We have so many creative cards. Look at Random Switch, just randomly switching the... Oh, I see what you did there. Ah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like down below. It's been really, really cool to just be able to watch these. So thank you guys for making the cards, and I'll see you soon next week. Bye-bye.